How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about Marvel and of course all things relating to the MCU. Today we have some super exciting news about Ghost Rider coming to the MCU. Ghost Rider has had quite the ride when it comes to the big screen and the silver screen, being played by Nicolas Cage in the 2007 adaptation, and then again in 2012 Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. And then in the Marvel television show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Gabriel Luna played Robbie Reyes, who was actually pretty well received. But we've never really truly had a Ghost Rider in the MCU. Yes, Ghost Rider was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was affected by the events of the MCU, but with the exception of Agent Coulson, we never saw any of the characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. appear in any of the MCU films. But it appears as if that is going to change, as we have some reports that say Marvel Studios is developing a Ghost Rider project right now. And to top it all off, there's a rumor going around right now that Keanu Reeves could be the person they cast to play Ghost Rider. So we'll break down these reports. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU. Also, for this week's giveaway, I'm giving away an Iron Man Funko Pop, so all you have to do is subscribe, like the video, and comment about the video down below to enter. So today we have two reports from two credible sources that have been right about many things in the past that say Ghost Rider is being developed at Marvel Studios as we speak. This report comes from Daniel Richmond, who says the project is going to be set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and a titular character will not be the version portrayed by Gabriel Luna like we saw in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Currently, right now, it's uncertain if the Ghost Rider project is a feature film or a live action series. Now we know that Hulu was developing a Ghost Rider series, however it was scrapped. So it could be possible that they are developing another series, but they could perhaps put it on Disney Plus or Hulu again. But then we got a second report from Charles Murphy, and in a tweet he said, Secret Invasion, Young Avengers, Ironheart, all 100% legit projects being developed. And then he added in another tweet, and you can add Ghost Rider back onto that list as well. It is happening. So Ghost Rider is happening, although these reports say that they're not sure whether it's going to be a feature film or a Disney Plus show or a Hulu show. We did get a report about a month ago from the famous leaker Roger Wardell. Roger Wardell was the person who leaked a ton of stuff about Avengers Endgame months in advance that all ended up becoming true. So clearly he is somebody with inside information. And a month ago, he leaked that Ghost Rider was going to appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is something that was kind of expected by fans, especially if we consider the fact that Doctor Strange 2 is really going to explore the more mystic side of the MCU. Now, they didn't quite specifically mention which Ghost Rider is going to be coming to the MCU. However, Daniel Richmond's report did state that it is not going to be Robbie Reyes, so this could be the perfect opportunity for the introduction of Johnny Blaze to the MCU. And the reason that Johnny Blaze would make the most sense is because of his connection to Mephisto. There are a lot of signs that Mephisto could be making his way to the MCU. And not to mention that Roger Wardell said that Johnny Blaze and Captain Britain in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will pave the way for Doctor Doom to arrive, who also has a connection to Mephisto as well. In the comics, Johnny Blaze gets his powers by agreeing to give his soul to Satan, and Satan would eventually go on to be revealed as the archdemon Mephisto. He made this deal with him to save the life of his dying father, and these powers turned him into Ghost Rider, one of the most powerful Marvel characters that we've ever seen. In fact, in the World War Hulk story, Doctor Strange himself said that Ghost Rider might be equally as powerful as the Green Scar persona of the Hulk and could even defeat him. But Mephisto also has a connection to the Wanda Vision series, as we've seen some leaked photos that they're going to explore the Salem witch trials. And in the Wanda Vision series, it's speculated that we could see Cynthia Von Doom, the mother of Victor Von Doom, aka Doctor Doom. In the comics, Mephisto ends up tricking Cynthia Von Doom, and he ends up trapping her inside of his realm, essentially hell. Now, Victor Von Doom, aka Doctor Doom, was raised in the magical arts, and he was able to contact his mother in the other realm, and when he became powerful enough, he challenged Mephisto. He said that if he could defeat him, he would release his mother. To this day, he has not yet defeated him. But you can see the strong connection here, and we do know that the Scarlet Witch is going to be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So when this report says that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to pave the way for Doctor Doom's arrival to the MCU, they could be referring referring to Mephisto, because he has that connection with Johnny Blaze, the Scarlet Witch, and Doctor Doom. And not to mention, another reason that we think that Ghost Rider is going to appear in Doctor Strange 2 is that Kevin Feige made a very interesting comment recently about a new character that we've never seen that they've wanted to put in the MCU for a while now appearing. A few months ago in an interview speaking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, he said, "Sometimes you're choosing a title hero, choosing which main character or which main team, and oftentimes it's as you're making and developing the movie, asking who will come into it and who will fit into it. The next Doctor Strange film, for instance, features some new MCU characters that will be making their debut in that movie. You won't expect and you won't guess who it is, but we found a cool way to make it work, because we want to make a particular type of movie there, and there was a character that we always wanted to do something with that will fit really well there." And that's a direct quote from Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, the person who develops all these projects. So based off of what Kevin Feige has said, and based off of these reports that we got, it seems like Ghost Rider may be making his debut in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but then he may go on to have his own movie or show. But there have been some rumors going around about who could possibly play Ghost Rider, and if these rumors end up being true, then it's definitely going to be a movie. And the reason is because the rumors say that Keanu Reeves is being eyed to play Ghost Rider. I actually think that this would be a pretty epic role for Keanu Reeves to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But if Keanu Reeves comes on board to the MCU to play Ghost Rider, it's not going to be in a television show. This is an extremely busy guy. This is a guy that has 2 movies, The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4, releasing to theaters on the same exact day. It's very improbable that he would sign on to do multiple episodes and possibly even seasons of a show. And if Marvel Studios finally does decide to cast Keanu Reeves as a role, they're most likely gonna want him to debut on the big screen. And the great thing is that we do know 100% that Keanu Reeves is at least being considered for the role of Ghost Rider. And the reason is Kevin Feige basically came out and said this. Kevin Feige came out and said that they talked to Keanu Reeves about every Marvel project they have going on. They're basically just trying to find the exact perfect project for him. Many of you probably know that they did this exact same thing with Jake Gyllenhaal and his role for Mysterio. They talked to Jake Gyllenhaal all the time about many different roles in the MCU that he could play, but they never settled on a perfect fit for him. That is, until the role of Mysterio came along. They decided that it was the perfect role for him and they cast him, and they were 100,000% right. So they do the same thing for Keanu Reeves. They talk to him about every role that they have coming up in every possible project. So you already know that they're going to be talking to him about Ghost Rider. Now, as far as Johnny Blaze actually being introduced in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there are a few different ways this could happen. One is that they could simply introduce him in the current time. He could appear randomly, showing up just to help Doctor Strange or other allies. They probably wouldn't do much of a story arc for him, as they're most likely to save that origin story for his film or series. So he could simply just show up as a magical character to add to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Another way that he could show up is by a connection to the Wanda Vision series. We already know that Wanda is going to be creating a lot of different realities. In fact, we've already seen a small glimpse of this in the teaser that they gave us.
Wanda, welcome home.
Vision residents.
Now in the comics, Wanda takes some characters from one reality and brings them into another. And this could be one scenario of how Ghost Rider could come into the MCU. Wanda could create Ghost Rider for whatever reason and bring him into the main timeline. And that could be part of the Multiverse of Madness, so to speak, that Doctor Strange is going to have to clean up. And again, if they do in fact somewhat introduce Mephisto in Wanda Vision, that's a perfect segue for Ghost Rider to be introduced in that series or in Multiverse of Madness. And then the final way that he could be introduced is pretty simple. He could simply come from another universe. Wanda is creating different realities, and the Avengers in Avengers Endgame created multiple timelines. There are going to be many different alternate universes, timelines, and realities in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider could come from one of these 3. And perhaps Doctor Strange may be able to help him in one way or another, and that causes him to stay in our main timeline. Now all of these options still offer a way to do an origin story. If he shows up in Multiverse of Madness, they probably won't reveal too much about his origin. Probably just reveal the fact that he made a deal with Mephisto to get his powers or some other type of demon. This will offer plenty of room for a movie or a show to explore explore the true origin of Ghost Rider. And of course, as we know, Marvel is heading towards the cosmic future. And now that we know that Marvel is planning on introducing Ghost Rider to the MCU, we could possibly be getting cosmic Ghost Rider in the future. But before that, Ghost Rider is entering the MCU. What do you all think about this, and do you think Keanu Reeves would be a good fit for Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider? If you have an idea of how Ghost Rider could enter Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to like this video and subscribe with notifications turned on to stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU. Don't forget, for live updates you can follow me on Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.